The first layer of this character means fighting with a weapon. And the purpose, the end of this fighting is to stop fighting. Stop meaning here. This is a fighting. So the beauty is coming. One character carries totally opposite meaning of this process or of this event, which means fighting, and use fighting to stop fighting. It sounds like a paradox. Now let me give you another example. This pronounced as wu. Third tone means arm or muscle or fight or attack. It's very simple. This part is a spear, a picture of a spear, very ancient spear, a special kind of spear, a weapon. This part is a picture of a foot. This part, here is a heel, there's a toes. So how come it's only 3 toes? Because in Chinese way of thinking, the origin is 1. But 1 doesn't make the world. You have to have at least 2. 1 male, 1 female. It's 2 to generate offsprings. Then you have many offsprings. But you always have the first one, which is 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 3 represent more. So we don't need to write more to represent more. 3 is more. 3 is more. So that's how 3 toes. If you drawing the picture, 3 is enough. That's a foot. So the basic meaning of this character, wu, I write some pin at the beginning, but later on, if you know the pin already, you ignore this. If you're never exposed to, you never learned Chinese before, and this is a way to help you to get a kind of feeling, because this feeling you are familiar with. But when you get the idea, dump it, drop it, forget about it, because we want to learn the character, pictographic form, and also the pronunciation at the same time as one thing, one entity, just like your hand. You have palm and you have the back of a palm. You cannot have just part of it or one side of it. You have to have them together. And you can only have them together. That's the way of thinking you learn Chinese. If you still don't get it, you want to pay attention to that. You will get it sooner or later. Actually, pretty soon. Okay. The weapon, the foot. And this foot also means when you have foot, it's for walking forward, backward, and stop. There's only 3 when you fight, or you aside, right? You move aside. That's only. Aside is like you're not moving forward or backward. You're shooting aside or stay here. They summarize the simplified as a 3 status: forward, backward, or on same line or same spot, same line, right? You don't move forward and you don't backward. So this foot pronounced as 指, also 3rd tone. You mean walking towards, backward, or stop, or stay in the same level. So it also comes with another layer of meaning means stop. Because why? Because when you stop, the situation think put yourself into that situation. Think that situation. What's the situation you are stopped, or you stop? Only when you stop, move your foot, move your feet. Your feet stop, you stop. Do I make it clear? Okay. So these character means carry a weapon, fight forward or backward to what? The purpose is to finish the fighting. The first layer of this character means fighting with a weapon. And the purpose, the end of this fighting is to stop fighting. Stop meaning here. This is a fighting. Of course, you got to move. You use your feet, move. So the beauty is coming. One character carry totally opposite meaning of this process or of this event, which means fighting, and use fighting to stop fighting. It sounds like a paradox. One word has totally opposite meaning, totally different meaning. And you see the movement, and you see the beginning, you see the process, fighting, and you see the end, is stop fighting. Fight to stop fight. There is only a way to stop fighting, is you fight until one side is stopped. Then you will achieve your goal to stop the whole thing. No matter it's a shouting very fast kind of martial art or a Tai Chi, very wrong, very smooth, very gentle, but it's a still way to fight. Eventually stop fighting. Right? So you see the development, the changing, the development of this character. From here, then the weapon become bigger or bigger like this. They're basically the same, just different kind of change a little bit, variant. But until Tang Dynasty, roughly, you see this stroke move to here. Then a new layer of the cultural connotation come up. This still a weapon. This still the foot. So see, from here to here, very similar, right? From here to here to here, then to here. This stroke, if you take it out, it's number one. Number one, in the philosophy of Lao Tzu, somebody's speaking of Lao Tzu or Lao Tzu. Number one is the Tao, or Tao, translated the old time. The old time, contemporary translated as Tao, the principle, the way. Because number one is the biggest, it's the one on the top. It's the origin, it's the biggest principle, it's the ruler of everything. That's number one. That's universal. So what beautiful is when this character evolved or developed like this, you fight with a weapon to stop fighting, but you got to follow a principle of justice, or there's a principle, or there's a regulation, or there's a law, no matter how big, in the family, in a community, within a nation, or in the globe. You gotta follow something to fight. You gotta have a reason. And that reason in Chinese culture is Tao. It has to be righteous. It's everywhere. You fight for a righteous, for right. You fight righteously for right. even though different people perspective have different understanding, but there's a reason. This is simplified as justice. Even though people have different understanding of justice, but that is here. So after I explain this to you, even though you cannot write because you haven't learned how to write stroke by stroke about the character, but you understand, you feel it. A fight, right? How come it's pronounced in the woo? Have you ever seen the movie of Bruce Lee? You see? Do you remember? Ho, 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 woo, woo, woo. That's original. That never changed. Even though thousand years of civilization, it doesn't change. Not just Chinese. Everybody. Who is the more? Like if you go, you see the movies describe about the primitive tribes of Africa or somewhere an island and South Pacific. When they're happy, when they're fighting, when it wasn't whoa, 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 whoa. But it's the third tone in Chinese because you fight to stop fight. You turn, you change. You fight, that's your first purpose. Then your ultimate purpose is stop fighting. So third tone, one layer of the third tone's meaning, it's subtle, it's deep, it's abstract, but it's also vivid. It changed direction. You change direction. There's some other inner meaning of third tone. We're going to share it later. Okay, so this is another example. I think that makes some give you some feeling already, right? So then I can summarize like this. I think I could be the first person who summarized this like this on the internet. So every Chinese character is a painting, a plot, a scene, a story, or even a film, a motion picture, a film, or even a wondrous convergence of subtle or grand process unfolding across time and space. Civilization. It is at once landscape, context, aesthetic realm, and a fantastical passage through time. Felt, experienced, understood, and intuited, yet hard to put into words. So you see, I kind of struggle to explain to you guys, right? Even though I spent decades on this, studying, okay? And you feel it. You actually can live with it physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Fighting physically, fighting emotionally, then you have principle. That's spirit. Fighting for justice, fighting for some reason. You don't fight for fight. Okay? If I say every single Chinese character is like this, it might be kind of exaggerated, but the most fundamental, ancient, the oldest character, very simple one called Wen, and then compound the Wen, it's called Zi. singular form called when, because if you dissect it, it doesn't make any sense at all. It's called when. But if you put pu wen together, like for example, this character wen zi, upper part, it's a roof, it's a house, pronounced as mian. A lower part, pronounced as zi, basically is the baby. So in a house, there's a baby coming. So singular character, compound, more. It's called zi. But the most original when, the singular form, and also the most fundamental, couple of hundred at least, actually 1,000, carry the same property, characteristic. If you give that couple hundred, even 1,000, the most common usage is like around 2,000 character. You don't need to remember that purposely. You feel it, understand it, and get inspired, inspiration from it, and living it, mentally, emotionally living the character. You understand it, and you remember how to pronounce it at the same time. One by one. 2,000 Chinese characters is like 2,000 steps. You finish one now until you finish 2,000. Then you can read about just everything. So Chinese character is the key to learn Chinese language, Chinese culture, Chinese philosophy, Chinese aesthetics, no matter what, Chinese way of thinking. Okay, if there's more people are interested in a certain topic, like the art of war by Sun Tzu, like certain topics, we can do it in the seminar series also. But today I'm just to introduce you there, just give you some basic idea, basic flavor, basic taste of this 2 years course. Every week, 3 to 4, 15 kind of ish long videos with the assignments, with some assisting material. The whole course is going to be posted on my Substack channel. But we're going to keep continuing posting some seminar mid-size videos on YouTube and also Substack. But for the course, it's member only. You can come have a test, have a feeling, experience a little bit. Everybody's welcome. Okay, thank you for your time. I'll see you in the class.